Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Gentlemen.
How are you, my friend?
Well to quite well. I'm in the target range.
Very good, very good. You look nice today.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Busy day at work, huh?
I ironed and everything.
Wow. Do you do your own ironing?
No.
Yeah, good
Dry
boy.
cleaner irons it.
Going to that guy, huh? Anyway, I'm still checking everything around here to make sure after Darren's crew is here that we're all in working order. The board was in shambles when I walked in, so I believe we've got everything in order.
All the adjustments have been made.
Yeah, adjustments have been made. I believe we're good, although I'm paging Hot Easus, Sexy Easus already, because there is a hum on Jay's mic. It's at goddamn 60 hertz, I believe.
To the discerning listener,
Listen,
this is going to be bothersome.
If we're really quiet,
Right. Shh. It's
son of a
unacceptable.
bitch, that's got Travis Bully written all over it.
Bush League.
Let me
What kind of
see.
podcast you running here, Mike?
Listen, if we mute it, if we're all quiet. Wow, the hum's gone.
Hear me, but they can't hear me.
No, nobody can. Just scream loud. Scream really loud.
Can you hear me? I'll use Easis's mic.
So, Sexy Easus, whenever you get a chance, we're going to need you to swing by here and take care of that. I don't know if Jay's got a loose cord or
Just
what.
swing on by from Canton, right?
Just swing on by. It's on his way home from work, I
Okay.
believe, so it's not too big of a deal. So, the bat signal has been put out there for him. It was a cool night last night, though. Meltdown was here.
Yeah.
Love hanging out with Meltdown. That dude's fun as shit. I'm still like, man, they let you come over here and do this shit? Like, there's a lot of people that don't like me very much over there.
Oh,
in
yeah.
that building.
Is that right?
And I'm like, man, they'll let you come over because people are getting yanked everywhere. ML Elric, Fox 2 yanked him off Drew's network.
Oh, wow.
And some other people we know that have, it's conflict of interest is what they all claim. I don't buy that, really. They don't get how the game is played now. In this new podcasting world, promoting each other and blah, blah, blah. But whatever, it is what it is. They're keeping tight grip on their talent. But Melty's like, yeah, Peddington's like, yeah, go over and do it. Do a show. I'm like, oh, cool. Can you come back and do my show? Can you come back on the Detroit Cast? He's like, I don't know. I can ask. I said, yeah, why don't you run that up the flagpole and see what they say? 'Cause-
How about every day about 1 o'clock?
yeah,
Come on by.
come on by, dude. So yeah, he pulled up in his big ass Harley. And
Yeah?
yeah. It's good, dude. Good stories, and it sounded like they were having a lot of fun down here last night. So check that if you want. Check that out if you want. Grind
Time, episode 40.
Yep. Grind Time with Darren McCarty. And I noticed that Travis Bully was here for a bit last night and hooked up a new camera. Did you see the new camera?
Oh, okay. I didn't notice it.
So
Yeah.
people watching, can you turn that monitor so Jay can see? It's a dope-ass view.
No, we can't turn the
No,
monitor.
no, it can't.
Hey, Sexy Easus, when you get here next time, make
Yeah,
it so we can turn
the
the monitor.
monitor. What happened, E? Did you just lose everything?
No, I'll be all right.
Oh, boy. Well, it is, I don't want to rattle you because it is this day in history with Big E,
Ooh,
right?
Correct.
19th century, I believe, I'm told.
Yeah.
That's right. God, you were just showing me a video. Yeah, is that what he said, 19th century?
Yeah.
Fucking damn you, Easus.
I mean, it's my own. It's what I like.
Yeah.
I look for things in all walks of the time frame.
Can you
to be
turn
fair.
your shirt down just a little bit?
I cannot do that.
Hot pink Bad Axe Michigan shirt.
Where did you get
Wow.
that?
You know what?
Jesus.
This was actually a shirt that came in from a listener that I will admit I made a pre-notion that I didn't like it because I was
Pre-notion that you didn't like
a
it.
prejudgment that I wasn't
There you
that I
go.
didn't like it because I thought another shirt was coming in that I didn't like. It's because they posted it on social media. But then my mom was like yesterday, she's like, "Where'd you get this Bad Axe shirt from?" I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Did it come with the stains on it?
Yeah,
or
you
is
went
that-
about applying some requisite stains.
No,
there.
I was eating those sandwiches on the way in here, so
It's just
It's every day.
I don't.
Every fucking
Well,
day.
if you look, actually, there's some of.
all over his pants.
Ugh.
Now this fall under my grievance the one time of not getting napkins in my to-go bag though. To be fair,
Yeah.
like I didn't get napkins, and it was just dripping down on me, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Hold on, wasn't your grievance that they give you a to-go bag? You wanted to save the turtles or something?
No.
right?
My grievance was I went to Taco Bell one time, and they didn't give me a napkin, and now I'm sitting here eating freaking things with sour cream on them, and there no napkins.
all over you.
I'm harkening back to a Subway issue. I felt like
Oh,
you had a
that
Subway issue.
was
Yeah,
the
they
Sub-
always want to put it in the sleeve bag.
You had a
Yes.
huge objection to that.
Yeah, I don't take plastic bags from almost anywhere if I don't have to. And then also, if you remember that day, there was a
Load
lady.
up on the napkins.
What's up?
but load up on the napkins.
Well,
for sure.
I mean, you have
Yeah,
to be
they're
within
practical.
reason. You have
Yeah.
to be with. You have to be things that are with reason. I need a napkin.
We've seen the results.
I need
do
a
need a
napkin.
napkin.
I
You
don't
are,
need.
you are a
the plastic-
walking commercial for the use of napkins.
I would agree. Yeah, this sure. Wow, this is just cleaned.
I apologize if people can hear outside of the buzz.
Aside from my awful hum in my mouth.
Yeah, there are some guys taking down an enormous tree next door, and so you're hearing a lot of
chainsaws and
chainsaws.
such.
Yeah, exactly. Lot to get to today. It's the start of the football season. Kicks off Thursday night football.
Tackle ball, yeah.
Yep. Bears, Packers. I don't know how you feel about that, but
Well,
that's tonight.
the way I feel about it is Premier League as on Saturday morning. And
Okay.
you know what? I want to again ease us. You've got Chelsea, all right? I told you why. You've got the wonderkin Christian Pulisic.
I get it. I don't
Mike,
know. If
I thought of a team for you too.
Okay.
Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham.
And the
Okay.
reason being is they have a really good Asian player. And so
Very good.
exactly.
Okay,
Any good
all right.
plays could be met with very good.
Very good pre.
Yeah. Son.
His name is Son.
Or Son, S-O-N.
Okay. All right. That's the only reason. Is my team any good?
Yeah, they are good. They're in North London team. They're in the finals of the Champions.
I've never heard of them.
Champion League. Yes, they are a long-standing London-based team.
So
They're,
my team's got a shot this year.
yeah, but I didn't want to just give you the front runner. I gave you like the third, fourth, fifth best team in the.
Well,
Premier
you
League.
know, I've got like an $80 sweatshirt from one of those teams.
No, that's
Real Madrid. Or
You
something.
have Real Madrid, totally
Yeah.
different league. We're going English
Okay.
Premier this time.
So okay, where can I find my team? Where can I do? I don't even know how to duck go.
Yeah,
that
you
team.
could duck go Tottenham Hotspur.
Do I have umlauts in my team name at all? Any
Let's
sort of
see, you have Christian-
squiggly lines?
Christian Eriksen, a Dane at your central midfield spot.
I mean, my team name Tottenham. It sounds like I could have an umlaut in there,
You could put one on.
but it doesn't have one. Is there a team that has umlauts in their name?
I'm sure there are.
'Cause-
Turkish league or something.
Yeah, I want.
Well,
that
there's
team.
the Bundesliga, the German league. I'm sure there's tons of umlauts.
Okay.
You want that?
Well,
I'll
if
go back to
if
the drawing
they're
board.
good, you got to keep me up to date on how my team's doing.
I'll go back to the drawing board. I just wanted to give you Tottenham because of Son.
just because of an Asian.
Yes.
player.
It's total racial decision.
You're not allowed to make decisions
Well,
based on
I
race.
did.
All right, Tottenham it is.
Yeah. And in the meantime, I guess there's American sport to be had.
Yes, tackle ball.
Okay.
Kicks off tonight. I don't know why, but I was watching, a lot of NFL Network was on a lot over the weekend just because they're playing constantly the games that were, preseason wrapping up and stuff. And so it's just kind of been on a loop. And I find myself watching these highlights and stuff, and I'm like, I'm excited for tackle ball season. I don't know why. I've been down on it
Because
a
you
lot.
love tackle ball.
I do.
At bottom, you do. You love the
yeah.
excitement of the big hit, the long pass.
It's the excitement of everybody is 0-0 at this point. You know what I mean? Like it can wear off in 2
They've got a
weeks.
chance.
But at this point,
Everybody's even.
you never know. Every dynasty starts with that 1 year that no one saw coming off a 4-12 year, and then all of a sudden, there's a big playoff run, and holy shit, they shocked the world. And at this point,
You felt this way last year, and then they opened Monday night with the Patriots, was it? Or no, the
Jets.
Jets. Yeah, the Jets, and just
with a
got
rookie quarterback,
slammed.
I believe.
Yeah.
And started with a pick six on the very first play of the game, and it was like,
right.
we're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl. And then the onslaught was on.
My
and,
God.
No, but I know it's stupid, and I know it's false hope. But these next 3-4 days or whatever before
fun.
Sunday gets here, it's
fun.
like we're in the mix just as much as anybody else at this point. We're in the league.
I guess.
You know what I mean? Like we're technically in the league. I know you guys are shaking your heads, but at this point, I know I only get a few days a year.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Draft day and this day is.
Yeah, exactly.
There's your logo.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, there's Harry Kane, the big Englishman, plays up top.
Man, you could
Pretty
put
good
some
player.
umlauts on that O in Tottenham.
Tottenham. It's
Tottenham.
not Tottenham.
I like the logo.
Tottenham. Yeah, what is that? What's
Got
my
the ball
bird
there.
It's a cock on top of a ball.
Is that a cock on top of a ball?
See?
Cock and ball.
Exactly.
Cock and ball.
I love
It's
it.
Perfect.
What's coming out of his?
It might be my team.
No, you can't, dude. You have your own team.
I like the logo, and you didn't
Dude,
even know where it was.
we've declared this my team. Shut
I
up.
like
E.
Chelsea Football Club logo too. Pull up the badge.
I've been rooting for this team for a long time now, and you don't just get to jump on the bandwagon because you like my logo. I'm getting gear for Tottenham.
Cock and ball. I never thought about
Hell
it.
yeah. That's my team, man.
Chelsea, I guess Chelsea's okay, but I really like that cock on the ball.
Yeah, it's nice. What do you? Let me see your logo. Yours is Chelsea.
This one right here.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's a little call to arms or whatever they call. What do they call that? Shit. Nah, never mind.
Oh, what about this team, Jay? How good is this team?
That's just a bird on a ball.
It was at Norwich or something like that.
Kind of like it. It's kind of pompous.
Do you? You like that? You like the wren on the ball?
What
Yeah,
about
I-
Swansea City?
Swansea.
Nah.
Or
Come on,
what
man,
about the
let's pronounce
fox? At the
some Dude, Wolverton?
Wolverton,
Come on, man. The fox?
the vegan.
Yeah.
My three favorite are this green team, Tutman, and then
Tutman.
actually I like the one you gave me.
Yeah. I'm telling you, there's the interest from the American player Christian Pulisic. You'll latch on to him, E.
Dude, I'm in a league with
Follow him.
Arsenal.
It's a young team. You'll like
I'm
them,
gonna
E.
look at it.
They're exciting.
I'm in a league with fucking Arsenal and Man U.
Yes.
I'm gonna get smoked, dude. No one's gonna pick Tottenham.
Oh my gosh. Tottenham was
Yeah.
in the finals of the Champions League.
Who'd they lose to?
Who'd they lose to? Liverpool. The
I'm in a league with
Liverpoolians.
Liverpoolians? Dude,
Liverpoolians.
you're setting me up for failure
I'm
here.
not, man. I gave you
gave me
guys-
the Lions
I
of the
gave you a
Premier
better
League.
team than E.
Okay, all right, good enough. That'll do.
Ooh, so Saturday, their next looks like my next game is Saturday, Saturday the 14th at 10
When's
a.m.
my next
And
game?
here's the thing, E. You could find a local bar. I guarantee you, that's like a Chelsea-based bar.
Dude, you'd
and you could
love
go-
that singing.
Go wear
singing,
your scarf.
Yeah, you go in there and you're cheersing with those big glass
Yes.
beer mugs and singing fucking the songs that they sing in the stadiums.
You'd love it, Isis.
Jesus, you'd be all over this. This screams your name.
Just one
I
second.
need to know when Hotspur's
I
next
know
game
I'm
is.
trying.
Probably Saturday, very likely.
All right. You know where I can see it. What sweatshop I need to go
You
to.
got same.
catch this
for
game.
Some,
Where
did you get
for
this
some reason they
sweatshop
have. Do they have this week off? I got or some reason because they same thing 9/14.
Because anytime you go look at a sweatshop, there's that black and white TV in the corner. It's
Who
always
gave
got
you
like,
that idea? You always used to like soccer as a kid. Why are you calling it sweatshop and shit?
because that's where you see it. Like you don't see it on TVs and living rooms in America traditionally.
Jesus,
But you see it in a-
Tottenham plays Crystal Palace Saturday at 10 a.m.
gonna
Why
Smoke
does
Crystal-
mine
fuck
not
Crystal Palace.
show that? I don't know.
Chelsea plays Wolves. That'll be a fun game.
Yeah,
Why does that not? Why does it not show up?
it doesn't matter. You're not going to
okay.
watch it anyways.
I might. When's 10 in the morning here though? Like
10 in the morning here
10
is
in the
10,
morning
10 in the
here.
morning.
Well, no. But if it says 10 in the morning in this, it's
here.
That's our time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Maybe.
see.
I'm up early.
Want to recap?
10 a.m. I'm gonna watch.
Do it, E.
this weekend.
Yes.
We'll see. Anyway, moving on. I avoided this story this morning, Jay. I saw like there was some dust up with Trump and
Sharpie Gate.
Sharpie
Hashtag.
Gate. Yeah, he's basically pulling out the map showing where Hurricane Dorian
Yeah, like
is
the path.
potentially gonna land. Right? Isn't
Right.
that the thing? So what is the dust? Because the video looks hilarious.
Yeah, no, my understanding is earlier in the week he made some comment like Alabama and Georgia are in danger.
they're in the
In the
line of-
zone,
in
yeah,
the zone,
they're-
the path.
Right. And so the National Weather Service came out with their official map, and it didn't show those two states necessarily in danger.
Mm.
And so people were, I guess, jumping all over him, like, what about Alabama and Georgia? That's my understanding, at least.
Okay.
So what he took, he took the map, a blow up of the map, holding it at the Oval Office desk, and someone in the
Mm.
White House had taken a black Sharpie and extended the path of the hurricane to include Alabama.
Oh my
Thus,
God,
you know,
dude!
so that he wouldn't be proven wrong
Right.
as to Alabama, I guess.
There is
fucking
only
awesome.
one person in the White House who would fucking bother or even care to correct that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We all know who that one person is.
Give
And
me the Sharpie.
Where's the Sharpie? He doesn't even get the right color.
Well, right. It was a lame.
Do you have the
effort.
video? And it's half. You can tell it's man drawn. It's not like you put a glass down
Right.
and did a proper like half moon line
No,
included.
it's freehand.
It's freehand. Yeah, tiny hand too. Tiny little free hand.
Well, it's funny you say that because after this, everybody, these memes were going around with everybody adding Sharpie stuff to images.
Yeah.
Sort of like changing reality. So they showed his inauguration, and remember he claimed his inauguration crowd was so
Huge.
big.
Oh, yeah, bigger than
a bunch of
Obama's.
people written in, and then they show him at a podium with his hands in the air, and his hands are extended by Sharpie. People just went nuts with Sharpie.
I love the memes sometimes.
Yeah.
They get really creative. Oh
but
my
here you
God.
go. Yeah.
So the path is coming from
But that was
the Bahamas and it's just got a big circle around Florida on the Gulf Coast and the,
Not
you
only
know,
Florida, but Georgia could have, was going toward the Gulf. That was what was originally projected.
And then look at it. It's got that little shake, you know, just like handwriting would have at the beginning. Like
Yep.
it just shakes a tiny bit.
oh my God, dude.
It just extends over into Alabama.
Just a bit. That is hilarious. How insecure do you have to be?
Well, I think he was posturing it as like fake news media, you know, kind of thing. Like, oh, you're going to criticize me. Well, this is fake news, this path of the hurricane that's being put out by the National Weather Service, I guess.
Anyone else see a pair of balls and a dick now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I see the Tottenham Hotspur logo.
Hell yeah. Look at that. Dude, that is so funny. These guys are all stepping in it on the trail. You know, all these guys, you know, Trump, obviously, anything he says is going to be criticized to the nth degree. But see Bernie Sanders yell at a baby?
Yeah. Yeah. Keep him down or something like that.
Yeah, like, you want to keep it down over there? Like,
Was it in jest? Was it kind of like funny? Like kid starts crying? And
no.
it's no.
I don't think so. He's interrupted. There's one of those wailing babies in the bed. Like, who's bringing their
do that.
fucking brat?
They do that.
Yeah. He said something like, if we could keep that down a little bit. Do you have the video, E? Of Bernie? He's speaking in New Hampshire, Epsom, New Hampshire, addressing a group of potential voters. And you're supposed to kiss the babies, hug the babies. We love babies.
Not if you're a crotchety old man.
Yeah.
You yell at babies.
Yeah.
Ryan, thank you very much. And Linda, thank you very much. Because it's not easy getting up in front of a TV camera and talking about it. Ryan, did I hear you correctly say that you have to cut your pills in half yourself? Okay. We can keep that down a little bit. Okay.
Put a plug in it.
Dude, he's totally serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't in jest at all.
In his defense, that was one hell of a shriek from a baby.
That
Was someone
was.
pinching that baby?
Yeah. He wanted to nip that in the bud, too.
Oh,
He
yeah.
didn't want that to happen again.
Get it the fuck out of the
Yes.
room is what he's saying. Watch that one more time, E. Just pick it up from the shriek of the baby, because that's a hell of a shriek.
Did I hear you correctly say that you have to cut your pills in half yourself?
Somebody pinch
We
it?
can keep that down a little bit. Okay.
Is that a Trump supporter?
Maybe.
Bringing their baby in and pinching it?
Yeah. People, they're grumbling.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Did he just yell at a
Just
baby?
lost the election.
Yeah. Babies are annoying as shit.
No, that's baked in with Bernie,
No, I
though,
know.
because he's just a crotchety old dude. People
Yeah.
love it, you know?
He's funny, man. And then did you see Joe Biden?
With his bloody eye?
Yes.
What the hell is that?
Trump ordered a baby to shut up a few years ago, too. Do you remember that?
No.
Dust up. August 2016, he ordered a mother and her crying infant to leave his rally in Virginia, saying in the middle of his speech, you can get the baby out of here. And then later he did declare that he loves babies, which is such a Trump thing. Just want to be clear, I love babies, all babies, even fat babies.
No, he doesn't, by the way.
Yeah.
No,
No.
he fucking doesn't. He doesn't love any babies.
No.
And all the kids he's had has been raised by the nanny or the whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
By the
yeah.
way, have you seen Barron Trump lately?
Dude, he's huge.
Dude.
He's taller than Donald.
Yeah, Donald's 6'3" or something like
Yeah.
that. He towers over Donald.
Yeah.
And last time we saw him, the kid was, prepubescent little
Yeah.
11-year-old or something at Donald's elbow, and now he's fucking, man.
How long's it been? 2 years? 2.5 years?
Yeah.
Jesus, man. Yeah, I saw that. I couldn't believe what I was looking at because
Just the thickness of him, too. He's
Yeah.
just a big kid.
This is Trump.
That's where he yells at the baby.
They're making it impossible for our companies to compete.
Shit, it's a minute
but
50 here, so
China
I don't
doesn't
know.
want, and I'm very close to China. I have the biggest
I love
bank in the
China.
world as a tenant of mine in New York. The biggest in the world, a Chinese
is.
bank.
Cute baby.
Don't worry about that baby. I love babies. So, I love babies. I hear that baby crying. I like it. What a baby. What a beautiful baby.
Baby.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Baby.
The mom's running around like, don't worry about it,
Look at the hand gestures.
It's young and beautiful and healthy,
Baby.
and that's what we want. Okay, but look.
That's code for get the
China,
fucking baby out
Yeah.
of
When
here.
they devalue, when China devalues its
baby.
currency, they take our guts out, and they do it so often. They're constantly devaluing their currency, and they always wait till like it's a bad time, like we have a problem.
Is he going to
with
say, get that
Iraq.
baby out of here?
I don't know. It
We have
says
a problem with Afghanistan. Every time we have like a big problem, they always devalue.
he's still whining, so.
And a year and a half
Oh, yeah.
ago, they
Yeah, he's gonna get
devalued
him.
the biggest devaluation they've done in 20 years. The biggest in 20 years. And I said, man, how did they get away? But we had a problem. We were doing other things, okay?
He's had enough.
Yeah.
He's
So
had
when
enough.
China does that, we have to fight back. Now, here's how you fight back. Because we can't fight back any other way. We have the piggy bank. They have ripped us to shreds.
Okay, Mom.
Ripped us absolutely to shreds. Actually, I was only kidding. You can get the baby out.
Ah, that's awesome.
That's all right. Don't worry.
That's great.
That is great.
I think she would believe me that I love having a baby crying while I'm speaking. That's okay.
That face.
Dude, that's awesome.
Fucking guy, man.
Oh, all of these people. And then Joe Biden. Joe
yeah,
Biden.
bloody eye.
His eye fills with blood in the middle of a fucking town hall meeting that CNN's got going on. What's the matter with him? What do you got that?
It's like a demon eye, man. Look at that thing.
Why are you not on an island, sir?
Just
What are you
leave.
doing?
Stop doing it. Go home.
I
He's
mean,
been a senator for longer than I've been alive.
yeah. Think about that. His eye appears to fill up with blood as he's answering questions during CNN's climate town hall last night. He was answering a question about fracking. Boy, this sounds like a fascinating conversation about fracking when all of a sudden blood becomes noticeable in his eye. Probably just a broken blood vessel or something, but he's long-faced questions about his age, his health. He's had some serious struggles. In 1988, he had to have emergency surgery because an aneurysm burst. And then a few months later, a second aneurysm burst. He had to take 7 months off. They literally had to take the top of my head off. In 2003, he had his gallbladder removed, so he takes horrible shits now, I'm sure. You know, he didn't have a gall's bladder either. He also suffers from asthma and allergies. He takes medication for an enlarged prostate. So is that one finger around his butthole and I found that? Yeah. So anyways, they call it a subconjunctival hemorrhage in the eye there.
They're not worried about that?
No.
By the way, what
clears up in a week.
What is he right now? He's former vice president, but is he just a guy, or is he in the government right now?
Is he a senator?
I know he was forever. Like I said, he became a senator before I was born,
That's a great
and
question.
then he
How do I
served
not
until
know?
he became vice president. But what is he now? Did he go back to?
That's a great question. Former
Jesus.
vice president.
He might just be a guy.
Is he just a dude? Is he just a dude?
Huh.
Because, yeah, we haven't seen him in the Senate or anything lately. That's weird.
That is.
See if you can figure it out.
I think so.
He's just a guy?
Because it says the last thing here listed.
Joseph Robin A.
something,
Biden.
You know, in vice president in office in 2009 to 17. You know, the other things are just U.S. state senator.
Yeah, I've got him as a
73 to 2009.
Right. I think he's a guy.
Really?
A guy with a bloody eye.
Wow.
That's it.
He can't possibly
How's he
win.
making ends meet, gentlemen?
Good
maybe
question.
Maybe
Yeah.
those Russian deals or
Yeah, his son. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's going to get exposed more. I would think that business deal alone, where China gave his son $1.5 billion to him and
Kerry's son.
Yeah, John Kerry's kid.
That's okay. They're on the right side. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but that gets investigated if you keep pushing it and keep going up the ladder. You know what I mean? Like if you just go into the background, you're fine.
I think you should go in the back.
Go to the background.
Hey, the Blind Biz is the place for blinds, shutters, and all types of shades. They service a wide area of Michigan, and listener Rich offers free consultations, shop-at-home appointments, and free installation. Rich started the Blind Biz in 2002, and he handles all aspects of the business from call to consultation to installation. Theblindbiz.com is the website. Mention TDC, and Rich will honor 20% off your blinds purchase over $399 with some exclusions.
So, who do you think, Jay? What team in the NFL is the most valuable? Forbes came out with their list
Dallas.
and ranked everybody. Dallas, good guess, and that's correct.
I would have guessed Dallas, but
Would you guys really
yeah, Jerry Jones and the
Jerry's World.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
stadium and the brand, America's team, quote unquote.
Yeah. Well, you guys are both good guessers, even though you cheated a little bit off Jay's paper, but we'll give it to you.
I said Dallas.
$950 million in annual revenue. The most of any U.S. sports team. The Cowboys are still easily the king of the hill, worth $5.5 billion, they say. Isn't that crazy? 13th consecutive year that they topped the list. And this all goes down to those contracts, the TV deals that they all split. Like the Lions are valued,
They're the second least valuable, aren't they?
yeah, but still worth a couple $1 billion.
Yeah.
When you look at
Yeah, tackle ball's big business for now.
For now, yep. And it's going to get bigger before it goes down. So the Bills are the least valuable, $1.9 billion. And my guess is if someone tried to buy the Bills, they'd pay $4 billion. You know, you see that a lot where it's like, well, we can value it at X by running these numbers, but you know, nobody would have said the Clippers were worth $2 billion until Steve Ballmer paid $2 billion for them, you know? So the NFL has deals with Comcast, CBS, Walt Disney, Fox, and AT&T. It's going to expire by 2022. It currently averages $7.2 billion a season. So Lee Burke, he's got a sports media, you know, group that advises on media deals. He thinks the NFL's next round of media rights could come close to doubling in value.
Wow.
Yeah, on average. Burke points to a very competitive marketplace with everyone from the traditional networks like CBS, NBC, Fox, and ESPN to the new streaming platforms, Apple TV, Hulu, Sony PlayStation, View, DAZN, entering the game. There's going to be a frenzy. And they don't have a casino partner yet. Well, they've got a casino partner, but they don't have a sports betting partner like the rest of the leagues do. I thought this was interesting, though, man. When you look at these numbers, you know, $5 billion for the Cowboys. You know, the New York Giants, $3.9 billion, $4.1 billion for the New England Patriots. And are you looking for a new podcast to listen to, Jay? You're always looking for new shit, right?
Sure.
Sure. I found a new one that I think you'll really like. It's 30 for 30 Sports, ESPN, and they drop a whole season kind of like the OJ one, like that, but it's on the Sterling affair.
Oh,
Don
yeah.
Sterling.
You're kidding. Okay.
And I started listening to it yesterday, and and it's like, oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's like 5 parts. They've interviewed his wife.
He's got AIDS.
I didn't give him those aids. They played the
I think
tape.
he should be ashamed of himself. I think he should go into the background.
They played the tapes again, and I still don't know what his bitch is about with the black in Instagram photos.
Yeah.
He
it's-
I think he got as
doesn't-
close as he clearly had probably racist thoughts.
He didn't want to
but
shove
somehow
in his face.
he didn't.
He
right.
knew he knows he's an old man. He knows she's going to go out
Yeah.
and play around on him, but he just didn't
Buddies
want
are calling, you know.
Just doesn't want
Who
it
are these
shoved in
buddies,
his face.
by the way? Seeing your girl out there taking photos with the blacks. Like,
Well, yeah.
on
and-
And when he
Instagram.
had those AIDS, I went to my synagogue and I prayed for
No,
him.
you didn't. You never went and prayed for Magic Johnson. Dude, it's a lot of detail in there, and it's fascinating. Like, this old man did not give a fuck. It's like his wife knew about V. Stiviano. She's running around the stadium every night on game night like she owns the place. His wife would call the Staples Center and be like, under no circumstance, she'd call the president of the Clippers and be like, under no circumstance is that bitch allowed in the stadium on game days or anything. I don't want her anywhere near there, blah, blah, blah. And then 10 minutes later, Donald would call, I need you to leave 4 tickets for V. Stiviano at the... They're like, what are they going to do? And so they'd leave
I
the
don't
tickets
know why the girl had me say those things.
a girl
that I don't believe.
that I didn't mean.
I'm the guilty one for uttering those terrible, ugly words
that I don't mean. Oh, I miss Don
Can you
Sterling.
please play the big Magic Johnson?
Big.
What has he done? Can you tell me? Big Magic Johnson, what has he done?
Big Magic Johnson.
By the way, this is a 30-second drop. You want to hear the whole thing?
I do, very much so.
What has he done? Can you tell me? Big Magic Johnson, what has he done? He's got AIDS. Did he do any business? Did he help anybody in South L.A.?
Well, I think he has HIV. He doesn't actually have full-blown AIDS. But
Well, what kind of a guy goes to every city, has sex with every girl, then he catches HIV? And is that someone we want to respect and tell our kids about? I think he should be ashamed of himself. I think he should go into the background. But what does he do for the black people? Doesn't do anything.
I like to help minorities.
I like to help minorities.
Coming from the guy who's just like would go in every city, banging every girl, and he's got V. Stiviano, this whatever-year-old
Yeah.
chick that he's just railed. Well, who knows? I mean,
Yeah, I think he was banging her. And she was recording him, it turns out, all the time because he's so old he would forget what he said to her.
Yeah.
And so they would go through the tapes and stuff, but in these
She probably
recordings,
wanted proof so that if he ever tried to pull back the Range Rover or something, be like, no,
Yeah.
you meant to give this to me.
Yeah,
Listen
to the tape.
Oh, okay.
Dude, it's the shit he gave her. I mean, 2 Ferraris, a Bentley, a fucking Range Rover or Land Rover, that $1.8 million duplex.
God.
And stuff. Yeah. And,
Just manipulating this old dude.
and the players were so, they've interviewed some players in this thing, and they're like, we knew what was going on with this idiot running around like she owned this place. Total moron. And it was uncomfortable as hell. We're having to sit here and watch this go down at work. You know what I mean?
Look at that naturally brown hair on the
Sure.
top of Sterling's head.
Sure.
Look at her.
Yeah. She would parade around like that, and he didn't give a shit. Don didn't care. He just,
Sure.
whatever, you know?
Just don't take Instagram photos with the blacks.
Don't do it. But it was funny, man. They were talking about how he got involved because he was a lawyer. Did you know that?
No.
That he was an attorney, and he did like big cases, you know, like big personal injury. Attorney, made his money there, and then did real estate in L.A. And that's how Don made most of his money. But Don, unlike Jerry Buss, who was buying the Lakers at 1979, 1980 from Cook or whatever, he invested all his money back into the real estate world, and so all his money is tied up. Okay, Don Sterling buys up these properties and is just like a slumlord collecting rent and saving his money, and he's just got millions and millions and millions of dollars. And so Jerry Buss is trying to buy the Lakers, and he's got all this money, and so he puts together a team to buy, you know, a potential group to buy the Lakers, because the guy that owned it previously was going through a nasty divorce and needed money. And so he puts a team together. Last minute, one investor drops out. He doesn't have the cash to fucking front it. He doesn't really know Don Sterling. I mean, they're both in real estate in L.A., so he kind of knows of him. And they're like, he's like, I just need a little bit more time to get the rest of the money. They're like, fuck you. No. Either
This
you
is
have
back
it or
in
you don't.
79, you said?
Yeah.
How much was it? Do you remember what they said the price tag was?
Yeah. So he calls at 1 a.m. to Don Sterling's house, and he's like, I need some money, Don, you know, and I know you cash rich. A few hours later, Jerry Buss shows up at Don Sterling's house. They go to the bank, and then they drive to Santa Monica, and Don he wants his money back, but he also wants to buy he wants to own a bunch of Jerry's properties. And so he's like, I'll take that building and that building. He picks out 11 buildings that Jerry owns, and so he owns them now. And then he'll loan the money
It's like a game of Monopoly. You know?
Totally,
Right.
dude.
Yeah. I'll sell you 2 railroads.
Picks out 11 buildings. Think about that. I'll take that one. Yes, Lawrence. Doc, you write down the address, Lawrence. We'll take that one. And so Jerry Buss ends up buying the Lakers for, what do you think? This gets you the Forum in LA, the Lakers,
Yeah.
the LA Kings hockey team, and this guy's California ranch out there. What do
this
you
is
think?
in 79. It's an insanely low price.
This is when Magic is joining the team. They're about to turn into the Showtime Lakers.
Yeah. I mean,
50 million.
Yeah, I was going to say somewhere in that. Range.
$67.5 million. For the Lakers, you guys suck, man.
What's it worth now?
Oh,
Well, by building it up like that, though, we're
led to
you know,
believe it's going to
yeah.
be obnoxiously
We're
low.
going to guess low because we know it's going to be low.
$67.5 million. Dude, that for the Kings.
Net worth, Isis?
What do they value the Lakers at? They've got to be a couple $1 billion themselves. Isn't that crazy?
Yes. Get all those teams, all that
Yeah.
property.
30 for 30 Sports, The Sterling Affair, and I think it's 5 episodes long.
3.7 billion.
Is that the current value?
Yeah. Second place to. Wait, Golden State is first? No, Golden
No.
State 3.5, Chicago 2.9, Boston 2.8. Who's first?
It's got to be the Lakers.
It's where they remain in second.
Really? What other team could possibly
Knicks.
The New York Knicks,
$4
really?
billion.
Yeah, New York.
I guess, but
Madison Square Garden.
yeah, I suppose. Anyway, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah,
know,
I'll check that out.
Yeah,
That's
check it out.
funny.
You'll like it because there's a lot of detail that'll come flying back to you.
Yeah.
You know, just how angry he is about and adamant. I don't care if you sleep with a guy. I don't care what you do, whatever you want with him. But just don't post it on Instagram.
Yeah.
I think he should have got credit for knowing what Instagram was or why
Right?
it mattered.
Yeah. I love Bill Burr's take on it when he was talking about it and just going, dude, the guy never dropped the N-word once. Like at his age, that's remarkable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you're calling this dude racist and all that, but really, he just didn't want he didn't want affairs thrown in his face in reality.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
did he go? Yeah, he went into the whole they can't be black guys, which is obviously racist. But
yeah, well,
but Bill's right, man. It's remarkable that he didn't go further than that, way further.
it's the whole plantation mentality too. Like,
Right.
what do you mean I don't like blacks? I clothe them, I
Yes.
feed
Oh,
them,
that was so bad. Remember
I
those
get
quotes?
buy them houses and cars. I'm listening to it going, oh, dude,
Oh,
make
Donald.
it stop. And part of me feels bad. He's being egged on a little bit, you know, not really egged on. You know, she's recording it and she's like, what do you mean? I'm part black. Blah, blah, blah. But she's kind of kneeling. He's fucking 90. He's an old ass man who, you know,
Not really of sound mind either.
you wonder.
So,
You
yeah.
wonder if it's like, why the hang up like this? Like, what is the glitch right now that he's not able to verbalize? You know, why this is just leave it off Instagram, blah blah. You know, and I can't help but think like, dude, most people at 90 or whatever age he was, it's not good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Plus, they drop in there when this all started to go down, and V's running around like a nightmare in the stadium. And the players are uncomfortable. The news is coming out that there's a tape that TMZ has obtained. They're trying to, you know, verify its authenticity, but it's not looking good. And his son confronts him. Okay, his son's like 32 years old, confronts Don. You're making a mockery of the family. This is bullshit. You got to stop, blah, blah, blah. Within a few days later, the kid fucking ODs and dies.
Oh,
His
no.
last conversation with his dad, 32 on New Year's Day. Yeah. Last conversation with his old man is yelling at him about fucking knock it off, man. You're hurting mom and blah, blah, blah. I know, right?
Crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, heavy ass story.
It's not how the family probably saw things winding down, right?
Dude, if you think about it, they're like both 90 or whatever they are. Him and his wife, Shelly. Is it
Yeah,
Shelly?
Shelley. I was trying to
Everything's
think of her name.
fabulous. Everyone's been fabulous to us. Like, they're going through life. They own this team. They have more billions and billions of dollars, more than they could ever spend. You know, real estate property everywhere. And it's like all of a sudden in a 2-year span, son dies. This Stiviano shit hits the press. He loses his team. Like, it all fell to shit in a matter of no time.
Yeah, all falling to shit is relative, but I get your point. I mean,
Yeah.
he's still sitting on an island somewhere, right?
Well,
Or
yeah,
enough
and
to sit on an island.
I just mean to your point. That's probably not the way he
Yeah.
envisioned this. You know, closing out the final.
Yeah.
You know, the bar closes in an hour. He did not expect a fucking armed gunman to walk in and blow the place up.
Right,
You know,
right.
which
There's
is
a difference
essentially-
there. Just you know this.
She's gross, though, man.
I know, but if
Yeah,
you're
but if you're
him,
90,
Yeah,
you know,
and then you get this.
yeah.
that's not terrible.
No, actually,
She's 90, huh? Shelley right there?
I thought, yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, she's up there. They're both up there.
Yeah, she's not bad for
She's
90.
of sound mind, though. I mean, she's interviewed in this podcast, and I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it because they deep dive into this shit.
Good.
Did you see the Utah woman?
Yeah. Speaking of babies,
Yeah.
although this was apparently a pretty quiet baby, she took this
What, in a
baby
duffel bag?
through customs. She
Yeah.
didn't claim the baby.
Yeah. Why would you have to claim the baby? I don't remember having to claim anything.
Where was this? The Philippines?
Yeah, Manila,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, she was. She buys this baby from a teen mom, and they're talking about life in prison. Like, I'm not really sure what she did wrong here.
What's
Like,
the going rate for babies in Manila?
I don't know. Probably not that much. $20,
Yeah.
you know, and a chicken. So she tried to smuggle it out of the country in her luggage. Jennifer Talbot is her name. She's said to have arranged to adopt this 6-day-old baby from the young mom who she first met, of course, online.
Dude, every now and then you hear these stories of people trying to smuggle in rare turtles or reptiles or some shit, right? Dude, this lady tried to smuggle a baby. A baby.
You can't work teamwork with a baby. If it decides that I don't like being in this bag anymore, it's
I
going to
know.
shit and scream.
Yes. It was insane for her to walk through customs with a baby in a duffel bag.
And she made it through the first
know.
half.
I know.
She got through. I don't know what they saw or heard, though, that made them go, we're going to search that bag. So she attempts to fly home with it, but was caught by authorities at a Manila airport. She's married with 5, quote, special children. I've never heard anything described like that in quotes. 5 special children.
Okay.
I mean, every parent thinks their shitty kid is special, but did they mean special needs children?
Yeah, you wonder, is she like is she simply a middleman who was then going to sell this baby to someone else? Or is she somebody who is like this noble person who goes and helps underprivileged, quote,
Madonna?
special kids, right? Yeah.
She the Madonna of
Right.
Utah. I don't
I
know.
need more information.
Maybe she just collects them.
It sounds like it.
You know
She's
what I
got
mean?
5, and she's adding a 6, or wanted to add a 6.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's enough. You don't want to add a 6.
I know, right?
Complicated things for the Bradys. We saw that.
Yep. She was able to pass through the airport's immigration counter without declaring the child was with her. However, she was intercepted at the gate by Delta personnel, Delta Airlines. Charged with human trafficking. She presented an affidavit at the airport allegedly from the baby's mother, giving consent for the baby to travel to the U.S., but it had not been signed. You know, how do you forget to sign that? You draw up the paperwork, and then you don't sign it. She also told officials she was the boy's aunt. Yep. But failed to provide any documents to substantiate that claim. Investigators are yet to determine whether any money exchanged hands. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, yes, money exchanged hands.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point of a teen mom having a baby that she doesn't want to keep. Some idiot from the U.S. will come buy it. But I don't know what the going rate is for a Manila baby. Can you
love
bing
to know.
that, E? DuckDuckGo, how much?
It's not vanilla, it's Manila.
Yeah. She faces life and a fine somewhere between $38,500 to $96,200.
Somewhere in there, that
Yeah.
range.
I don't know if that depends on like how cute the kid was. Does it have any abnormalities?
Are there all sorts of
deformities?
papers you need? Like, isn't that the big thing when you adopt from overseas? You need a lot of paperwork in place.
Oh yeah, it's a
Need
pain
to-
in the ass. That's why you don't do it that way. You just go there and
Just
you
go,
buy one.
Duffel bag it is.
Yeah.
Smuggle it out.
What would have happened if she just would have had it in a carrier? I just been like, yeah, I'm traveling with my baby.
Yeah, I'm sure the person at customs would have asked for some sort of paperwork, right?
Really? Is that what they do?
You need at least a birth certificate.
I mean,
or
does anyone when you did you ever travel with when your kids were
something?
young?
Yeah, I think
young?
we went to Canada and shit. I think we took birth certificates.
And they would go. So those 3 kids back there, those
I think you
yours?
just had them on hand. I think it was more of a belt and suspenders approach.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah, I don't know. Talbot's been married 3 times, currently lives with her husband, Lawrence, in Sandy, Utah. She's about to board the Delta flight when she was halted and subject to a bag search. After discovering the baby, they called immigration, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I want to know her motives. If they were nefarious, if she was just
Yeah.
selling this baby, if she's a fucking weirdo, going to lock the thing up and chain it, in her basement and torture it, or if she was, a do-gooder.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems kind of harsh. Like, I was reading that story, and I was like, okay, well, what is it just because she didn't have it traveling in a safety carriage? Is this the problem? I mean, she made a deal. Sounds like a pretty good deal for her. She found someone that was going to dump a baby. I mean, the baby would probably have a better life in the United States than in Manila, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I guess
You know what I
there's,
mean?
yeah,
And
there's
it's
just
like-
a thing you can't sell kids.
Why not? We can sell everything else. Everything's for sale. Why can't you sell a baby? You know what I mean? I don't get this country, this world. I just don't get it. Baby's going to have a much better life. Now what, they're going to ship it back to Manila?
Well, maybe E's discussion of this day in history today, hitting on the Civil War, can tell us a little something about
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do you think it'd be fair to send the baby back in a Manila envelope? Just kind of a fucking joke, just to,
Yeah.
Tie it up.
play on words.
Yeah,
Like you wouldn't, right?
I would.
Yeah.
At least have one in there with its paperwork. Did you see Kevin Hart? Apparently broke his spine. in
Yeah,
three
over the
places
weekend.
or something. Had him fused. What is this deal with this story, dude? This
Well,
story doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there's some question as to who was driving the car, right?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Kevin Hart was
Yeah.
driving this car.
Well, the other part of this is though, it probably right. He had a security detail following him. He's in a classic Barracuda that I guess he just bought for himself.
1970. Yeah, we should set the table. Go ahead.
Bought himself this sweet classic car for his birthday a little while back.
Yep.
And coming home late at night with 2 passengers.
One is his wife's trainer and her fiance or something like that. Something along those lines. Is who the
they're on
passengers. Yeah.
So they're coming home late-ish at night, and it sounds like it's some roadway where they go kind of an on-ramp onto a freeway and loses control, goes down in sort of a ditch, turns over, and the thing's just wrecked.
Yeah. Do you have pictures of the car? Easus, the car crash?
Now, it's probably the situation, no matter who's driving, somebody punched that fucker and wasn't able to handle it.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think Kevin was posting videos of him like laying rubber earlier in the day, like on Instagram or something.
But that's why I thought it was plausible that his female companion, maybe she was driving. Maybe it was
Oh,
a little too
wow.
hot to handle, you know?
Yeah, well.
And maybe he said, like, punch it. Go ahead and punch it. And she punched it, and that thing just, she couldn't handle it.
Fishtailed?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, one of the witnesses there that came upon the scene was said to believe that someone pulled up in a black SUV and pulled someone out of the driver's window.
Yeah, his security detail definitely took him back home before the hospital. I know.
I mean, which, maybe he was drinking, maybe, I don't know, but why would security detail pull Kevin out of the driver's side of the car and take him home?
Now, perhaps the driver's side thing is because the other side is just, the way it is tipped physically or something.
Yeah.
That maybe everybody exited driver's side window. Who knows?
But he was the most severely hurt. No, they were trapped. The other people were trapped in the car.
Oh, until emergency.
I think
personnel
so.
got there.
Yeah, that's what
Only Kevin was removed.
Yeah,
from the scene.
Kevin, and then taken home, and they put him in bed, and like an
that's
hour
weird, man.
later at 3 a.m, the 911 call comes in, and
He's like, shit still hurts, man.
he's incoherent. And whoever's the chick that's with him there, an unidentified lady that made the 911 call, is going, he's got something protruding from his back. He can't move.
Oh, God.
And he's incoherent. It's like, you don't drag someone out of a car window like that. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't.
Yeah.
If there's any sort of accident, I'm feeling weird, I can't move.
People are really conservative. Get him on a backboard and so forth.
And so what, you just chuck him into the back of your SUV and drive him home?
I know. Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know, man.
Something's fishy.
Something is. He's believed to be a passenger in the car. I just don't buy that. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't immediately call for medical service, call for an ambulance, whatever. Like, none of that makes sense. I'm sure we'll learn more in the coming days. But, that's
too bad for that car.
Pretty fucked up, yeah.
Do you have a before picture, E? Sweet car, man.
He bought it for himself for his
Look at
40th.
that thing. I bet
Yeah.
the engine can be salvaged, though.
Maybe. Ooh, looks like a different car, doesn't it?
She's a beauty.
She was.
I do like blue cars, too. I'm
Do you?
partial to red, but I like blue.
I'm partial to red as well. I don't hate blue. I'm not crazy about that blue.
No? Don't like it?
No. What is that? What is that? A 1970
I think it's a Barracuda.
Plymouth Barracuda. Yeah.
Look
I
at
wanna
little
know.
wee Kevin Hart. He's just a wisp of a man.
Oh, yeah,
Barely
he's-
stands
yeah.
over that thing.
Yeah, he's just tiny. He's just a little guy. Little guy.
But he's going to be okay, right?
Well, they fused 3 parts of his spine and his back, and they say he's going to make a full recovery.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, lower spine like that, he's gonna deal with this forever. And welcome to the world of painkillers, Kevin. That's not going to be fun to break that because he's going to be in severe pain for a while, and that's what they're going to give him. They're going to load him up with that shit, and Kevin is now going to be introduced into the world of pain meds. So,
Hey, if you've rolled your Barracuda or otherwise suffered a traumatic accident or injury, don't call the billboard or TV attorneys. Your first call should be to our friend Bill Ogden at Ogden Legal Triage. Ogden Legal Triage will find you the right personal injury attorney for your case at no cost to you. They'll negotiate the best price and save you time, money, and hassle. Who better to help you find a lawyer but a lawyer? Ogden Legal Triage. For more information, go to firstcalldetroit.com.
God, man, I thought we made a declaration not that long ago, like, don't cut off penises. Didn't you say that, like, bright line? Didn't you bright line it a few years ago?
Yeah, all this, that's over the line.
Yeah.
For everybody.
No matter what someone's done.
Terrorists, etc. Like, come on. That's the whole cutting off the dick, shoving it down somebody's throat. I mean,
Yeah, or their butt.
Come on. It's way over the line.
Ukrainian wife beheaded her husband and cut off his dick
Yeah.
and fed it to the dogs.
There we go.
Yeah. Over the line. Over the line. 48-year-old woman told police, I was suffering domestic violence for ages and murdered my husband to put an end to it. Maria attacked her spouse, Alexander, in their bedroom after he came home working late, doing the night shift, comes home, lays down, falls asleep. She strangles him to death with her bare hands and then goes and gets an axe and hacks off man's head. She then, after that, she used a kitchen knife to chop off his genitalia and fed organs to her dogs.
Man, there's some heinous shit that goes down in Russia.
Yeah,
We've commented
Ukraine
that-
is weird,
It's-
dude.
Wow, man.
Yeah, there was that one woman who was like keeping heads in pots and pans and shit in the
Yes.
freezer. Remember that weirdo?
Yeah.
nut
They go
job.
stir crazy up there. They got nothing to do.
All
they
sorts
just sit
of
there,
cannibals.
drink vodka and shit.
Well,
and then
that's
do
something to
crazy shit.
do. E. Stop chopping heads off. Drink your vodka.
Well, no, but that's what happens, I think. No, just kidding. But they got nothing
What,
to do.
they drink vodka and then start chopping up
Yeah,
heads?
sure. They got nothing to do up there.
She tried to cut the body up into smaller pieces, but that didn't work. And so
Why not?
I don't know. She's lazy. I mean, if she can cut a head off, she can cut fucking
Yeah.
fingers off.
I mean, all you have is time, as you just alluded to.
Yeah.
Did
Maria,
it work?
rushed.
Keep chopping. It'll work.
You'll eventually get there.
It'll work.
Instead, she rushes out of the home into the street where she's spotted by a woman who lives next door, and she's covered in blood. You can imagine. Take a head off. Go ahead, try it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blood involved.
It's messy.
Her hands and feet and clothes all covered in blood. She said, "I'm in trouble. I've killed my husband." I did not believe her, the neighbor said. Well,
What do you need?
yeah. Okay.
Video.
Role playing? What are we doing here? I did not believe her. I thought they had a quarrel and she might have hit him. I went to see if he needed medical help. When I walked in the room, I saw his body. I asked her, "Where's Hid?"
Ah, God.
She replied, "Over there in sack."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in a sack. The suspect confessed in full at the scene to the cops. She was charged with murder. She said she was constantly suffering physical and emotional abuse. And then I love the neighbors say that, in fact, we saw the husband beating her up and chasing her with an axe a lot of times.
See, the axe was a big thing.
Right.
You know?
If they just saw her being beat by the husband in Ukraine, it's like it's his property. He does what he wants with his wife.
She's a bad woman.
She's a bad woman. Didn't cook me dinner well. Christ's sakes. Wanted some schnitzel. She faces up to 15 years.
Is that right?
Yeah, 15 years.
That's tough.
So cutting off a head in the Ukraine and a dick and ball set and feeding it to the dogs, 15 years.
Up to. You didn't,
Yeah, up to. If she's found guilty.
Right.
I don't know if they've got the evidence. But
She might be innocent, though. Found innocent.
15 years. There's people.
Seems light.
There's people in this world that I've thought, like, oh, if I didn't have to do life in prison, I would kill this motherfucker. If I was in the Ukraine, up to 15 years,
Yeah.
I don't know what Ukrainian prisons are like.
You'd weigh it. Yeah.
Imagine they're not terrible, right?
Right.
Kidding me?
It's right next to Turkish prison.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? Hey, let's take a quick timeout. So I think we need to get a spot in, and then it's almost time, Easus, for this day in history with Big E. We'll do that next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. go, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
Alrighty. Welcome back to the Detroitcast. It's Mike and Jay. We'll get to E in this day in history in a moment here, but I want to say that have you followed the hurricane anymore? Sounds like it picked up some speed, some steam.
Yeah, I saw Charleston was getting hit.
Yeah, I hope our boy Ryan's all right.
Yeah.
You know, isn't he down there in South Carolina?
Yeah.
On the coast?
He was telling me, what's necessary to fortify a house to be on the coast
really?
like that. Yeah, just how shit has to be built so far down in the ground and
Yeah.
how windows have to be manufactured, etc.
Yeah, and it can't be fun to fucking board up all your windows and all that shit every time there's a storm coming
Just the
through.
worry,
you know?
the unknown, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
I know. When this hurricane season gets going, that'd be a nightmare. I'm always fascinated though when you see like the images coming out of the Bahamas are ridiculous. I mean, shit is just destroyed. But then all of a sudden, in the middle of nowhere, there's one house that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, that
And
is
you're like,
weird. See that all the time with tornadoes and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's like did that house, was it just built better? What's the deal? Because it's like, no, I could move into that house.
Right.
Everything around it is fucking destroyed.
It was the same with the fires too, wasn't it?
Yeah,
out west,
yeah.
All of a sudden, there'd just be one estate sitting
Yeah,
there.
and it's fine.
Strange.
Yeah, they lost a garage.
God's will.
Just see, I was just looking at the updates on news and shit when we were in the break there, and MSU has been fined $4.5 million
Yeah.
for their handling of the Larry Nassar case.
You don't know what that. It's a
Title IX violation.
Yeah. So honestly, like dropping the bucket.
Yeah.
You know they're going to get hit so hard on other lawsuit settlements and have been. That's bad. Not a good look.
I was like, $4.5 million is nothing.
Yeah.
You know, you're worried that your school might go under with the amount of fines
Yeah.
or lawsuits that are going to. I mean, you got to think everybody that was a part of that, 120 girls or something.
Yeah, and I know they've been working through several of those settlements, but dude, there's hundreds of millions to go. I'm sure.
It's got to be.
Yeah,
It's got to
so
be over $1 billion.
Was there a cap on this federal issue, or
I don't know. It says that the
because it
school,
does seem light?
$4.5 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. The report says the school must hire an outside law firm to review all sex assault case decisions made by the school's Title IX office and issue a report to the federal government. MSU's board and president must also receive a regular report of all cases and decisions. They also must conduct a sweeping investigation into who knew what and didn't act.
Well, that's the key, you know,
That's
because everybody
totally
knows
the key.
everybody knows what Nassar did, but to just go, well, MSU has to pay. Well, who knew what and when?
Yeah,
That's absolutely it.
yeah.
It's where the rubber hits the road, right, Edis?
Oh, yes, correct.
That's the people that knew what and when.
Important.
They're very important, and those people must be shaking in their boots at this
Yes.
point, right? If they're wearing boots, they're shaking in them. I know I would be if it was like, fuck.
I knew what and when.
I knew what way before when the other people found out. And what would constitute what you knew when? Like a girl came up to you and went, pretty sure he fingered me, and I don't think that was part of a procedure.
Yeah, that's troubling, and
Yeah.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
There were people who knew that shit, knew allegations, and it wasn't passed on properly.
Yeah. So anyway, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I was going to give you a book, Jay. They only sent us one, and have you read it and see if you want to do an interview with the author. But it's all about. It's called The Girls, and it's getting quite a bit of press. And they sent it to me. And we're like, hey, we heard your interview with Kim Goldman, and we thought you guys might be interested in talking to the author here. She's great too. And so I was like, yeah, send us a couple books. And so they sent one. It's called The Girls, and it's all about the Larry Nassar victims and stuff. So
Strike one, only one book.
yeah, right. So I was going to be a nice guy and give it to you. And if you get a few chapters in, you can usually tell right away whether you'd be interested in going further with it. And so I was like, I'll make Jay do that. I'll give it to Jay. Let him read a couple chapters and see if we want to do this.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So, Isis.
Oh.
Well, it's this day in history
did
with
I
Big
catch
E,
you off
huh?
guard?
Oh, I don't know. You know how I am.
Back to the 19th century with Isis.
So you know what? It seems like in a way this is a little late because it technically happened last weekend. We're coming off of this weekend, but this is
technically happened
Wait.
back in the 19th century.
no. But this is
didn't
when it first happened. On this date in 1882 was actually the first Labor Day. I know Labor Day weekend was the last weekend, but you know this is when it
So
first
how
happened.
is this okay?
Yeah, this is.
But this is the day. You know, September.
Oh, I understand.
So it's
Gotcha.
September 5th.
It's the first Monday of September every year, right?
It is now.
Yeah.
The first one ever, though, was on a Tuesday, September 5th, 1882.
Gotcha. Okay.
They did, by the way, when they finally picked the first Monday, when they decided they were going to finally do a real holiday, and just in general, they picked the first Monday of September because it was halfway between 4th of July and Thanksgiving. So, it gives them, got to have just like adults, you got to have a break in between there. You got to cut that time off in.
I don't even know what Labor Day's for. It's kind of a bullshit
Well,
holiday.
we're about
It
to
definitely
learn,
is
aren't we?
not a bullshit holiday.
Well,
Show some
No,
respect
and if
for
you were a
labor
factory
unions,
worker,
Mike.
Mike,
it's
in
a
the
day
18
off. I'm not bitching about it.
Well,
it's a day off.
If you were a factory worker, Mike, in the 1800s, working
I
12
was not.
hours, 12-hour
right.
days, making 75 cents a day, which was even small for back then it would not be as bullshit.
Go
to you.
read The Jungle, Mike. And see
Yeah,
if you
The
have
Jungle would be a good
different
book.
opinion of
For sure.
laborers in the 1800s.
So basically, it was getting to a point. It had been getting for a while to a point where some of these, workers in the city. I just have pictures of the first parade. That's all.
I
really
am a
got.
visual learner, so
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I do have a few other ones.
It's like kind of a shitty parade, if I'm being honest. Where are the Shriners in their little cars?
Yeah, I don't see
Mini
a single
bikes?
Shriner. I don't see
I
a
don't
clown
see a
anywhere.
Single fez.
There was 10,000 people-ish in the first Labor Day parade.
Is that a drawing?
Yeah.
It's a rendering.
Artist rendering?
A rendering
Okay.
of it, I guess.
of Union Square.
That's not bad for detail.
I know,
I
man.
like that artist rendering.
So there are two.
Look at the happy little trees.
Oh, yeah.
Not bad.
There are two people that people credit for possibly being the first ones to
Look at
like
the
come up with this
detail in
idea.
the skies. Do you
I
think there were
know,
as many
dude.
gulls as depicted?
No, I don't. There's a hell of a lot of goals depicted.
Let me zoom in.
There are. There's.
Look at the detail in
number
the
of
roof.
gulls.
In the roof in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, that really got in.
Did he take the time to draw lines through the sky like that to give it depth?
Yes.
Look at that.
And this isn't.
And dude, when you
Look at
draw a
the signs.
goal, don't you draw a goal like this?
I know. Yes, the standard gull.
The standard goal. It's like an M or something.
Sort of a flattened out golden arches.
Yeah. Not this man's
No.
goals.
Look
Look at his
detail
goals.
on the gull.
This is a rather good drawing.
Yeah,
For sure.
and you're right about that rooftop. My God, man.
Yeah, dude, that's Spanish. That's Spanish tile.
Yeah.
Up on some of those rooftops.
Beautiful. The
I
trees,
wonder if that
lush
building
trees.
to the left was that dark because it's that much darker. He wanted to make a statement.
Look at the number of trombonists versus mellophones.
Shit, sorry.
I don't like the proportion of the marching band there.
Look how dark that building is back there.
Yeah.
Let me see where you.
Look at the umbrellas. People in the crowd, random people in the crowd with their umbrellas and stuff.
There is detail. My God, this is an unbelievable rendering.
Every one of these flags is waving. You get the sense that they're waving in the wind.
Yes, there's movement there.
Here.
Look at all the signs. They all have statements thereupon.
And they were not handed out by some asswipe there with an agenda.
No.
Those were all handwritten by the
Actually,
individual
there's a
because they
color
felt
version
it.
of it.
Labor pays
Outstanding.
all days. 8-hour work days.
Which did eventually come from the idea of the Labor Day. Like it didn't. They didn't get it right away, but years. I mean, the first movement that's officially started to do this. I mean, they were working like 12-hour days. 6 days a week.
Sure.
Not getting paid that much. They finally just started saying like, "Hey, man, we're the ones who built this. We're building this country. We should get a little more fair.
Yeah,
fair
labor
treatment."
unions definitely had a time and a place.
Yeah.
For sure. And
Dude,
so-
the detail is astounding.
really is.
Fuck Labor Day. Look at the shadows.
Who
on the
is this
crowd.
artist, E?
Yeah, we need to know who this man. Did he
We need
trace
to
this?
drill down on this.
Did he trace
Is this an image?
Look
Is
at the
this a
shadows of the people.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like he's that detailed with it. This might be the greatest artist rendering. Think about some of the shit we've seen in courtrooms that are passed off as
Yeah.
artist rendering. You know what I mean? Tom Brady looks like E.T.
Right.
All that shit. Look at the detail in the depth.
I know.
The three-dimensional depth in this. This is on one sheet of paper.
Ladies holding umbrellas, parasols,
I'm trying
whatever
to see
they're called.
if I click on the actual link, if it takes me to.
Oh, someone better be credited. Did he not sign his name in the corner?
I mean, who takes the time
Oh,
to
I
put
guess-
the little music stand on the end of the trombone, you know?
Right?
It's incredible.
Uh,
A lithograph. Wow, it's a litho.
Oh, what does that mean?
Isn't that like where they etch it or whatever?
So does that mean it's
Let me-
less
let me look
good?
up
Like
No, Mike. Let me look up
lithograph of 82,
I could be wrong.
1882 Labor Day Parade in New York City.
I'll paste in Google it, I guess, or talk to whatever.
Just
No,
lithograph.
lithography is a method of printing originally based on the whatever of oil and water.
I think that
On
means he
the
still had to
im-
draw
No,
it.
dude, it is. The printing is from a stone or a metal plate with a smooth surface. So this is like an etching on there? Is that it?
I don't know, dude.
Mike.
Sorry. I want to know if this guy's work is to be as lauded as we're giving it, because this is brilliant work.
And what does this say? It's a printing process that uses a flat.
Yeah, it uses flat stone or metal plate on which the image areas are worked using a greasy substance so that the ink will adhere to them, while the non-image areas are made ink repellent. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It's an impressive
Either way, I mean,
rendition of Union Square.
someone took pen to paper here, right? At some point,
Amazing artistry.
he knew what he had, and so he lithographed it,
He did.
put it on some stone
And
and
what's
metal
his name?
plate.
So we can give him proper
Who was it again?
attention here.
Sorry. Who did
Oh, Jesus.
This guy.
Wikimedia
Oh,
Commons. You thought his name was Wikimedia Commons?
I just saw it said courtesy of.
Oh,
So.
my God.
I don't. This is just this hyperlink that.
Pull it up. His name was at the bottom of it. Let's see
Where?
the image, man. No, go back to the image you had before.
Okay.
Okay, go down to that. Incredible.
Absolutely
This
stunning.
Yeah, from a sketch by staff artist. Staff artist?
Staff artist.
That's all you get? A sketch
What?
by staff artist? That is no mere sketch.
From a sketch by a staff artist. That is troubling. Does it also say see page 55?
It does.
This is
Dude
criminal.
didn't even get credit for this. This is an amazing piece of art.
Yeah.
Staff artist.
Staff artist.
Some
Wow.
Staff artist.
Wow. That's terrible.
All right, well, what do we got on
Well,
Labor Day?
Probably a
some
black
people,
guy. They don't
some
want to get
people,
credit to, you know?
Some people. There's two people they kind of claim were the first guys to stand up and say this. But what the historians often credit this Peter McGuire, co-founder of the American Federation of Labor.
But it sounds like there's some controversy.
Well, there's
to
some
this.
controversy because some people think that they gave this Peter guy.
Too much credit?
I can tell the disdain.
There's a
partial
Matthew.
disdain
There's a
in these words.
Matthew.
Peter.
There's also
Yeah.
a Matthew Maguire, who they think
Matthew Maguire.
most people. It
Sure.
sounds like some people think that that's actually who did it, but the problem was that he had some radical politics in his past.
Oh, well.
And so people were worried that if they gave him the credit, like I think people think that he really is the one.
Was he whoring a lot back in the day or something?
Well, no, just he.
I mean,
they thought he
before
was
you-
associated.
before-
It'd be like if he was like a socialist.
Ah, there
or
we go.
Or a communist. Yeah,
You better know what
socialist.
you're talking about before you besmirch the good name of
Matthew Maguire.
Well, no, they had said he had some radical views, and he was a member of the Socialist
Yes.
Labor Party. So people think that I think they thought that if they
He
put
wasn't
him
the
out as
right
the guy,
champion of this. Just
people would
let
start
Peter
looking
do it.
into him.
Yeah.
So they just made
Peter has a
another guy.
cleaner record.
Yeah.
So this is like a Paul Revere thing. Doesn't Paul get all the credit for the redcoats are coming? Didn't we learn that?
Yeah,
one
but
of-
not because that was not
like
out
he
of.
he gets all the credit.
he
There
does
was
get all the
another-
credit,
There was
even though
another
there was three other guys.
three other riders. Yeah.
And actually, he wasn't even the first one to like the place or something.
Yeah.
Because I did that on a day in history.
So where do
I
you
know.
fall? Are you team Matthew Maguire or
My
Peter?
belief, from what I think that it probably is this other guy, and
Yeah.
just
Peter,
they need-
please,
but they
Peter.
needed Peter. They needed a real guy
Okay.
that people weren't gonna.
A little ghostwriting going on.
So, they were trying to get a
Staff.
movement going.
It
and they
sounded better
couldn't-
than staff writer.
They couldn't have some socialists where people start tearing him down because of it. Anyway, so the other thing is, it almost could have been on May 1st. There was a day called May Day, and the problem was though in Chicago they tried to get May 1st to be the day that we celebrated this, but it got really violent,
Yeah.
and there was a
Yeah.
bunch of violence and rabble shit or whatever.
Rebel?
No, you
you
got
got
it.
it. Say it. What was it?
I don't know what I was going to say.
Yeah, I know what you were
I
gonna
think I was
say.
say rabble
So-
rousing.
There you go. You got it.
I don't know why I was going to say rabble rousing, but anyway. So the point is, it could have been May 1st, but they didn't like that its association with this
Mayday.
with May Day
And also
situation.
crashing pilots.
Plus,
And
you had
so-
May the 4th be with you.
Right.
Right
Good
there.
point.
Yeah.
There was no drinking allowed in the original parade, which featured everyone from Jewelers Union of New York to Topographical Union, which was known as the Big Six. And I told you
Was
they
topography big then?
probably yeah.
Probably was big.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, so I did look into this, by the way. So the whole white after Labor Day, you can't wear white after Labor Day. That basically just, I don't think you guys were going to ask that, but I thought you might. So that basically.
Good anticipation,
Yeah.
Lee.
That
I
was
like it.
basically just, you got the Roaring 20s going on there and stuff. And all the rich.
Wait,
rich,
what is the rule? Back up. There's a fashion rule.
There's a fashion rule that says that
I don't like.
that you don't wear white after Labor Day.
But you wear it between what? You can wear it between.
I don't even just
Memorial
the summer,
Day and
just
Labor
the
Day?
summertime. Yeah, they just.
Okay.
But the thing was,
I want to know when I can wear my white pants and white
well,
shoes.
the reality is they say now that the thought has opened up that you can wear them whenever. The only reason for it was there was a bunch of, like I said, the kind of roaring 20s situation where you had all these rich people, and they wanted to really separate they wanted to be able to know and separate who was rich and then to know and who wasn't in the know.
Sure, yeah.
So they would make all these little secret rules. So then, like, if you showed up at a party after Labor Day wearing white, it means you weren't in the know, and it was like, oh,
yeah.
well, she may have and it literally said, like, she might have a dress that was, like, more money than 10 different people in the room. It might be $1 million dress even back then.
But not in the know.
But if it wasn't
Not
white,
in
it
the know,
means
yeah.
she was old, because they wanted to separate old and new money. They didn't want this notion of some new money coming in.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the old money had to say, like, we have to come up with ways.
What
to,
fucking asswipes?
Yeah.
Honestly, you know what I mean?
And that's
so
what it's all
concerned.
about. That's all it was about.
You know, it has nothing to do with the person. Do they have enough money?
Well, not
Are they
even
in the
money. They better
know?
have old money. They better. And
Yeah,
think about
blue
that,
bloods.
dude. You're talking fucking early 1900s.
Yeah.
So the country's not even 150 years old or something. What is old money?
And because of that, I have to put away my white cousin
Right,
Eddie
because of
dress
that.
shoes.
You have to do that, Jay.
Wanted to circle back to one
Go ahead.
thing you said, because you kind of scoffed at the shit wages that they were making. You declared 75 cents a day.
All right.
What would that equate to in today's money?
You didn't do that? Jesus, what have you learned?
Oh,
I
Jesus.
know. I
Present value.
sometimes I mess up.
Because honestly, I remember seeing old timey posters and stuff, and it's like
Oh my God. the
beer
shit
and a
you
hot
could
dog
get.
for a nickel.
Yes.
It's like 75 cents sounds like a fucking killer wage.
Yeah. A windfall.
Yeah. How did I get so lucky to have this
it
job?
makes a state. It goes out of its way to say that it was not. That was not worth, like, even back then. It says by that back then time.
not a living wage.
Yeah.
What?
Not a living wage.
It says 75 cents in 1882 equates to $18.02.
Not bad.
I would argue that that's not a living wage.
Well, they're only working 12
sorry.
to
That was for
16
some
hours
reason.
a day.
For some reason, it was stuck in 2017. In 2019, it'd be 1887.
Thank you for that correction. I thought it felt a little weird.
Felt a little off,
apologize
yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
No, but so it's just, a long fight. Anyway, 1887, Oregon is the first state to
Oregon
is the
Thank
first
you.
state to actually celebrate it. 1894, it becomes a real thing in America.
It's funny
it's-
that Oregon started it.
Yeah.
Seems random, doesn't it?
I wouldn't think people were
Well,
settled
there-
in Oregon yet.
There
I know.
was, once the first
Maybe it
one.
was an easy push through in Oregon.
Yeah.
That's the point, right?
Well, Phil Knight was there. He was probably just getting Nike off the ground. You know what I mean? Starting to kill it.
so it made him send that shit over to the sweatshops.
That's right.
Well, the
That's right.
first one's 1882, and then what does it take to Oregon? 1887. There was things, but after the first one happened, it did start to. There was things all across
It
the country.
percolated.
Yeah, for sure. And then, like I said, 1894 becomes an official thing, and it really was just Garfield.
So why was it tabled for 5 years?
Things take time.
Just to percolate?
Things take time to dude. It's back then. It's not. You can't make a hashtag, and now it's a law.
Well, they should have.
You
You know what I mean?
I don't know. It took time, and finally, it sounded like just to give in to the unions. They gave in and said, "Okay, we'll have this day to celebrate labor." I guess, but it did work. Like I said, a lot of stuff did work. It took some years, but the 8-hour workday eventually came out of this, and the notion of getting some vacation time at some point, and some
Yeah.
not having kids, not having child labor laws eventually kind of came out of this. The idea that you have your 7-year-old kid working 12 hours in the
Yeah, that's
in the
when you
thing.
should
So-
have him working
so when
12
Mike
hours.
said that he,
They've got the stamina of, at that age, that's when you want him working.
if you think about it, but
Discipline, man.
so it was a real holiday at one point, not just us getting drunk and having
Hell yeah.
barbecues and hot dogs.
Walking across a big bridge.
Right, exactly. There was a point to it at one point.
So when
You
did
ever
the
been in-
Shriners get involved?
I don't know.
Jesus.
Come on,
I
Easus.
don't know when the Shriners got involved.
Do you think it's a valid holiday to this day?
If you think
The
about-
honesty. Outside, we'll still give
Yeah,
you
I
the
don't
day
want-
off. You
right,
can still have
yeah.
the day off. Don't worry about that.
I think that probably not. In
Yeah.
reality, if you were to look at it now, no one looks at it like what it was for. It did, and it did its job already. So I don't know. Probably not. But
Yeah. But you'll take the day off.
When would
Why
they
not?
hold the Peach Fest parade in Romeo?
Exactly.
Great
And when,
question.
when do I walk across the bridge? So
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
some day.
Your Mackinac trip would be ruined.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I'm for it, but
Well, thank you, Isis. I'm better informed and damn impressed by staff artist.
Absolutely.
Staff
Staff
More
artist
work
is
by Mr.
amazing.
Artist that you
Amazing.
could pull up. That'd be helpful. That
You
is
ever-
an incredible lithograph.
It sure
It's
is.
one of the best
I want
I've
to know where
seen.
the original is. Where does that sit today? Have you ever been in a union of any sort, Jay?
In it, no. Yes, I think by default I had to be when I worked for the state for a short time. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It sounds like they left an
Jay's-
impression on you.
Jay's
Right.
right. Look at this. Not to go back, but like
Yeah.
I wasn't able. I was kind
Right.
of looking at my papers a little bit. But the fact that they
outstanding.
have this, like the detail of the, you're right. What would you call those? The notes.
Yeah,
Or-
the music is on the little, what do you call it, the stand coming
Yeah.
off the trombone.
and all the signs.
Yeah.
They're not just like.
I
all
want to know
unique.
what this little kid is running from. Like, did
No,
this
he's running
happen?
up to the group like, oh, what am I
Oh.
missing? He's running toward.
It looked like that picture where, when you look at it, half the time it looks like an old lady, and half the time it looks like a hot chick.
Yes.
It looked like that little kid was black and running away from the scene.
That's part of the beauty of staff artists.
He's amazing.
I mean, look at that one sign. Shit, I don't know why that happened, but that one sign has like really tiny lettering. It's not. I
But
mean,
yet it's there.
right.
it's there.
That one, like he could have easily let that go.
The attention to detail. You can tell that man has a beard.
The true remedy is organization with an S and the ballot.
All men are born equal.
Yes.
Go
Who
back
stole
up.
the treatment of?
Who stole the tenement house reform bill?
Who? That's a great question.
Go back up to where the flag is in the sky, E. Did this son of a bitch pull off lines on lines?
You mean up
Did,
here,
like
or
parallel, like,
up here?
yeah. Like if you zoom in on that, it's very hard to pull off what he's done here. Because the flags, are lines, parallel lines, right?
Yeah.
But so is the sky.
Yeah.
But there's a distinction.
There's a distinction. You can see it. It doesn't even clash. Who would have thought you could, you know what I mean?
Staff artist.
Look
Staff
at the
artist.
tiles. You could count the number.
That's Spanish tile.
I know.
That is Spanish tile, no doubt about it.
Look at that. Look at this
Look,
detail.
He even added some people up at the front of the boat on top there,
On
viewing.
the boat.
Yeah, well, isn't that
That's
a
a
boat,
railing.
river boat or
No,
something?
man.
No,
that's
that's
the
a
top
house,
of a top of a
Oh,
building.
that's
But they're up
Zoomed
there.
in, all right.
There are people.
Yeah. And each individual one has a backstory. I guarantee you. If you ask
Absolutely.
staff artist, he could tell you about Bob Jones up there on
Yep.
top of the roof.
Yep.
That is incredible.
Are those
wires-
power lines? The power lines.
The power lines.
I mean, come on.
He could have got away without power lines, right?
Yes,
But
no one would have
but no,
Not
he knew they
staff
were there.
artist.
Staff artists knew they were there, and we haven't even gotten into the detail of the park. That looks like Central Park.
lush.
Beautiful, lush, full. Those are hand
I think
drawn.
I see some ash trees amongst maples.
Maples for sure.
I'm shocked there's not people looking out these windows.
There probably are. We just can't
just incredible.
zoom in far enough.
Incredible.
Well, there you go.
Well, there you go. Thank you,
Thanks,
Isis.
E.
It was
Well, you introduced us to staff writer, and that was well worth it.
staff artist. Yep, he's a good man. Hey, get a 2-pack of My Pillows premiums for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow, which is the lowest price ever offered on podcast, radio, or TV. This offer is only available, of course, at mypillow.com.
Yes.
Use promo code TDC for the very best discount.
Thank you all for using our sponsors like that. I know Arnold Roofing has had a lot of people contact them, which is great to hear.
Really appreciate it.
Yes, and My Pillow. I know you guys, it's a pain in the ass sometimes to click through this or go through there or enter a code, but you guys do it and continue to do it, and it's very helpful, and it keeps us here. So
That's
thank
the
you
way
for
this
that.
works. And around we go.
Yes. I love these moments when people are just out randomly and they catch something in public and they go, "Oh shit!" and they start filming it. Did you see the 2 chicks on the scooter, the mobility scooter?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, look at these 2.
What the hell, man? It's an Amigo, right?
Yeah,
And you've got one sitting on the floor of the Amigo?
yeah.
And then one riding. I'm surprised it has the power. Those are
I know.
2 large people.
Those are 2 humgorous people.
That is the best Amigo commercial
Ever.
you could ever write and present.
Are Amigos only 3 wheels?
I don't think so.
Are they 4?
Yeah.
People are taking aim at these guys for filming this. That if you don't take video of
Yeah,
that,
that's remarkable.
you have to,
don't
right?
see that every day.
I mean, I want to know how they were getting back. The one in the pink tracksuit there on the base of it, with the legs up.
This is not the first time they've done this.
No, but they believe the pair was going into town there to go shopping. And I don't know where they're keeping whatever they purchase.
Yeah.
And why can't they get a second Amigo?
I know.
You know what I mean?
See that one more time, Isis?
Sure.
You stop playing around with Facebook.
I was trying to decide if I could show you a video that I took from the walk. Actually, it didn't remind me of this per se.
Really?
Yeah.
Not per se.
Not per se.
Okay, so everybody's seen an Amigo. She's holding the handlebars, and down on the floor of this thing is another large woman.
Who's rather flexible for her size.
Yeah. And her legs, she's sitting Native American style.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Dude. Fucking people.
What'd you take?
You know what? I wasn't.
Fucking humans.
It's funny, but I don't think it was as funny maybe as I thought it was. I'll just show you. I happened to when I was doing the bridge walk. I don't know if I should feel bad about this or not, but I saw this old lady, she's all by herself. Poor old lady just wants to do the bridge walk, but just
What's she wearing?
walk it up proper. just
She's got her walker, dude.
Is that
That's
a video? Let me see.
amazing.
Hit
A
play
woman with a walker.
You can't pull this up on the screen?
Wow,
Here,
man.
I'll send it. Here, give me a second.
Good for her.
I'll send it to my Facebook, and then I'll.
She's got one of these wheeled walkers, handbrakes for sure.
What do you mean wheeled walkers? I couldn't tell in that
Yeah, it's
picture.
not like a tennis balled up walker. It's one with wheels on it.
Okay, just on the front.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want them all four. Get away from you.
And then you have the handbrake, right? So that it doesn't go
handbrake
slide
necessary?
out. Yeah, so it doesn't slide out in
Okay.
front. And if it does, you can kind of shuffle up to it. But yeah, dude, if she can walk 5 miles across that thing.
Dude, that walk it's kind of crazy because it's a 5-mile walk, and I regularly am blown away by some of the people that somehow there's no way on a regular basis they're walking 5 miles.
What are they, just fat?
Yeah, fat or old as fuck. And it's like, here, I'm going to try to put it on.
And they're making their way. Do they take forever?
I guess, yeah. I mean, there is
She looked like she was doing all right, all things
there is-
considered.
Dude, I've seen so many cases where it's just like, it's
Old
just really
as
here.
fuck.
Dude, I'm just talking that old where they're just the bent down old
Yeah.
head on. They're not even being able to look at anything, just head on the ground.
Do you resent them? Are they in your way?
No,
No. Are you encouraged by them?
I'm encouraged by it mostly. I put it on my Facebook.
There she is.
We can watch it, I guess.
Oh man. Yeah, that's pretty dope, dude.
I was actually gonna capture this. I was
Almost
gonna.
looks like a stroller. We sure that's
I
not
was
a
gonna,
Yeah,
I was gonna post this and go like with the caption like "Can't stop, won't stop" or something. But
That's a stroller, man. That's 4 wheels.
I should have taken a little more, maybe, but. Oh well,
Yeah, you
I'm
should have.
I'm telling you, if you do that thing, there's an interesting cast of characters that somehow this one time a year muster it up and walk 5 miles.
Aren't you always struck by that though when you'd run races, like the
Yeah.
different shapes and sizes,
Yeah.
and ages of people who will run, say, the Detroit Marathon?
Yeah, I am.
And they're just getting it done. You're like,
But
Fuck,
but that
man.
one's different to me only because most of them probably did some level of training, I guess, I
Yes,
assume.
of course.
But like this is just a thing that, someone's done. They've done it for 20, 30 years and they just do it every year.
5-mile
so it's
walk.
just like-
I mean, they could stop as often as they want.
It is
rest.
actually better than it used
And she
to be.
looks like she's walked around the old folks' home for years. I mean, skinny.
Just
got
walked
that-
a few malls.
Yeah,
she's got that pancake ass, and those polyester pants.
You know what they did? They have in the last 2 years. They've done a different version of how they used to do it. They used to do it just one lane, and then you would take a bus over to St. Ignace, and then you'd walk back. And they started. They just had such an issue with the buses because they started getting higher
many
on
people.
security and stuff like that, and just got. So now they do it where they actually just close the whole bridge off for like 4.5 hours, and so you can just walk and do half of it if you want, or you can technically do 10 if you can make it there and back in a certain amount of time. You can do 10.
Have you done that?
Last year we did 7-ish. I think we went far enough to the second suspension where it ended, and we're like, that's enough, and we turned around. You don't have to go all the way back. But my point is, how they've done it the last 2 years, it actually is more conducive to older people being able to stop and stuff because they're not like cars just rushing.
Whistling
It's less busy because you're spread around like two lanes versus just one, and so.
It's pretty windy on that thing, too.
Dude, when we were going up, it was maybe some of the windier versions I've ever been on it for. That's the thing. They will close it due to wind or something. Actually, when I went to the island on Friday, they had a wind advisory for the bridge, and they were saying like don't go more than 20 or something. And I was taking the ferry over, and holy shit, dude, it was like
Really?
fucking.
tipsy.
I wasn't
Rocking.
worried, I guess, but I was like, oh shit, dude, like it would tip the other way, and I'm like, I can see the fucking watt, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Wasn't there a Yugo that got blown off the Mackinac
yes,
Bridge
that's a
years
big.
and years
It's
ago?
like
Seriously?
a legend or something.
Back
or
in the
I think-
80s,
yeah.
I think.
Did that really happen?
I think
Is that an urban legend or really?
There's definitely like a legend that it happened.
We should be able to tell if that happened or if it's legend, if it happened in the 80s.
How do you spell the Yugo car? I don't. Y-U-G-O.
There you go,
Okay.
big boy. He's a good boy. He's learning to spell now.
Were those things like $3,000 brand new?
Yeah,
back
they
in
were
the day?
awful.
Yeah.
Awful. Were those the ones that would just catch fire? You go with the gas tank?
I think that's part of it. The Ford Pinto was a big one. Rear end
Pinto, yeah,
collisions.
yeah.
Just blow up.
On September 22nd, 1989, Leslie Pauler died when her 1987 Yugo plunged over the 36-inch high
87
railing.
Yugo?
Yeah.
Combination of the high winds and excessive speed was
Wow.
initially blamed. That's all it says there.
What a way to go.
Yeah. You're in your 2-year-old Yugo that
What a way
blows
to
off a
Yugo.
bridge.
Yeah. Dude, mid 86, Yugo America began selling cars at a starting price of $39.90. $3,990.
Yeah. I don't know if you can call them cars, but
Man.
yeah. Hideous looking thing, too.
Yeah.
Dude, when was the last time you saw a Yugo? I mean,
They don't exist anymore. There's no way there's a single Yugo still on the road.
I bet there is.
Somebody
I bet there,
barn it and then bring it out.
yeah, like a classic. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be cool to see a fucking Yugo.
Yeah, you know what I've been seeing? I think there's some push to like redo Fieros maybe because I've been noticing more Pontiac Fieros.
I have
the
seen some
last year.
Pontiac Fieros, too.
I wonder if there's like a local, if that's a thing, you know? We're like, hey man, let's
It
redo some
shouldn't be.
Fiero. It shouldn't. It
it's
really
like
shouldn't.
half a Camaro.
Yeah.
Something.
Just kind of a blah late 80s car.
Look at that thing.
I'm gonna.
Well, I mean, it doesn't look that much different, honestly, than like the VW Rabbit
Yeah, yeah.
or like a,
We're talking about the Yugo now.
yeah, there was like a Citation or something. There's a lot of cars that looked like that at
Yeah.
the time, but yeah, apparently just very, very poorly made.
Yeah.
Extremely poorly
I mean, you
made.
can tell by the bumper and stuff. Like, they, like wherever they
thing.
could save a dime.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I'd drive one of those. I bet you get some looks.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet now. Put some sweet rims on it.
Hell yeah. Some spinners. How are we doing for email, Jada? We got a couple?
You know, we've got a message from Joel
Okay.
mentioning that 30 for 30 that you talked about.
oh, yeah.
for,
The Sterling Affairs.
Sterling. Keep listening to 30 for 30. Wait until you hear the fact that Sterling called a player a, quote, buck. A buck.
A buck.
Oh, my God, it's fantastic, says Joel.
Yeah. I'm really happy with it right now, listening to it. Funny shit, man.
Do they have, I mean, it's 30 for 30, so do they have other stories? They cover this one for a series of...
Five
Okay.
episodes. I'm not sure. I think that's what they do is they just deep dive into a big, sports topic.
And so there's several of them in the queue.
I don't know. This is the only. I found this one, and it looked. This might be the start of it. and
Gotcha.
But I think they might have been. Did they do the OJ one? Was that 30 for 30 with Kim Goldman?
No,
or
no,
that
no,
was-
FX did a huge thing.
Yeah. No,
Oh
I was
no,
talking
ESPN
about-
maybe did do one.
I don't know, dude. I'll look it up while you're reading. But yeah.
Brian writes in, hello.
Hello, Brian.
And this relates to our last poem, number 1341, Fatness in Children's Books. So we talked about a piece of cake, an elephant book.
Mrs. Large. and her
Mrs.
family.
Large. Hello. Had my, at the time, young child at the Costco food court. Everybody can picture that, right?
Yep.
After a strenuous single-handed shopping experience, she says quite loudly, Dad, look at the fat man. Shit. Of course, yep, everybody looked, etc. I had to say something which ended up being, that's not very nice, sweetie. That's a lady.
Oh,
Boy,
So Brian made it better.
ouch.
It's not a fat man, that's a fat lady,
Fat
sweetie.
woman.
I racked my brain as we don't really call people out like that, says Brian. We don't really.
Yeah.
So he and his wife we don't really call people fat. So where'd she get that? Where the fuck did she hear that?
School.
Brian's thinking. Weeks later, it happened, turned the page on a Curious George book, and the monkey is looking at the fat man going fishing over the wall. Huh. Children's books have consequences, I suppose. Bye, Brian. Love the show.
That's funny. That reminds me of a time. Was it was at Greenfield Village, looking at some classic cars. I know that brings bad memories up to you, Jay, because you had to spend
Don't
a
get
lot
me
of.
started, man.
But I rave about the chocolate and vanilla twist ice cream you could get at Greenfield Village. Wonderful
Yeah,
stand. I
I
loved
never
it.
got that.
Yeah, I got
Except
it
it-
every time. That was, I mean, I don't know how you could walk past that and not get that, but
Go in my checkered pants after church every Sunday. I just want to go watch the Lions, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And here we are. No, we got to go see the Civil War reenactment at Greenfield Village.
and then not get the chocolate vanilla
Right,
or
I
twist
didn't even
ice
know that
cream in the cone.
existed.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It really, really was, because whatever they were putting in their machine made it it was so good.
And it was always
But-
hot as balls, and I'm out there like watching, a reenactment of an early 19th century baseball game. And I'm in my
wool.
goddamn turtleneck.
You
know?
needed an ice cream to cool you down, is what you needed.
I did.
Like, you really could have used one of those. They were great. I mean, I have fond memories of
Got my
Greenfield
too
Village.
long Bobby Brady style hair, hair
Yeah.
over the years and everything, and my head's just hot.
Well, think about the ball squad. They're wearing wool uniforms,
true.
probably, you know?
So selfish.
And I guarantee they got ice creams as soon as the game was over. It would just cool you down. But I remember one time I was with my buddy's family, and he had I was probably 8, which would have put them a few years younger. So they're probably 3, and one of we go to get
Hanging out with 3-year-olds as an 8-year-old?
Well, no, the family was all together, and I just went with my buddy and his family.
So your buddy's 8.
My buddy's 8, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're the same age. And they're handing the cones down, out that window to
I don't
all of
know
us.
the window, but I believe
you
you.
can picture it.
believe you.
And hands this girl an ice cream, and she turns loudly, Renee, at like 2.5, 3 years old, and she goes, "That woman looks like my ice cream." And there's a fat black woman standing there, and she's got a chocolate ice cream cone. Renee
Oh my
did.
gosh.
That lady looks like my ice cream cone.
Kids say the darndest things. From the mouths of babes.
And it's like, "Oh, sweetheart, yeah, no, we don't compare black people to chocolate ice
Well, that's
cream."
creative.
Oh, wow.
Little girl holding up her cone.
Yeah, looks like that fat one over there looks like my ice cream.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, boy.
All right,
Well, we'll save the rest for tomorrow.
sounds good.
Or how about for Sunday?
Sunday, yeah, we might have to start early Sunday if you guys are up for it, because we got the Lions at 4.
Yeah, I'll have to check my beautiful game schedule.
Yeah, I got to check mine too. Let me know how my team does this.
Tottenham Hotspur.
Those
Yes.
are on Saturday, though.
Yeah,
I
those
know.
games are
No,
Saturday.
but my game, right? My team.
Oh.
I got to go get
Your
squirted by
team.
another 12-year-old.
There you go. Well, have a good weekend, everybody. Enjoy the kickoff to the NTL season, National Tackle Ball League, and
Enjoy the Tottenham game.
and enjoy the Tottenham game. Yeah, go Tottenham. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you back here next week for sure.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.